extra on top of that is just icing on the cake for me. That's how I do it. Is just icing on the cake for me. That's how I do it. Is just icing on the cake. All right, let's spin the wheel, guys. Let's spin the wheel. You can stop typing. No more entries here. Let's get over here. Put all the names on the wheel. Bot is turned off. No more names are getting on the wheel. That's it. That's it. Code word is deleted. You can stop typing. All right. If you win,
get in, get out, protect myself. I think that's probably the best way to handle some of these props. But we do trade slightly different. All right, I got to update this since you guys are spamming it. We're up to 8. All right. All right. So yeah, I guess we'll start off. I'll explain a little bit about my strategy, how I go about trading, what you guys can expect. So yeah, you will see I'm on Tradovate. I'm a Tradovate user. I'm sorry, I know. Until Tradesters launched, I will be trading on Tradovate. Yeah, listen to Jamie. Chuck a like on there for me. Chuck a like on there for me. I am trading evals. I do have funded accounts, but we'll be trading 5 evals here. Just to get things started off. Doc, it is what it is. But yeah, I'll explain, you know, how I trade, what I look for entries, some of the differences, some of the similarities. Nah, it's okay, Trevor. We'll it's the first week. We're gonna you know, we'll be hitting it over and over and over and over and over. Yeah, a lot of people use Tradovate. We're kind of I don't know. I don't like to admit I use Tradovate, but it is what it is. You know, we're creatures of habit. So I've been doing it for a long time, and with this with Tradester, you know, hopefully around the corner. Not worth 6 hours of setting up Sierra charts or any of that good stuff. But yeah, not really worth learning anything else. Yeah. But yeah, so my trades, what I look for, you'll notice a regular 5-minute on the left with some volume profile histograms. I like to trade IB. I like to trade, you know, I pay close attention to whether it's an inside, outside day for above, below. I like to trade with a little bit of market context. So I look at some of the macro stuff. So we'll take a look at some of that stuff. With CPI today and core CPI dropping, we'll look at some of the, like, you know, rate hike probabilities, rate cut probabilities, stuff like that. I like to keep an eye on that. It kind of sets the tone for what regime we're in. There we go. Who is this guy? Counter 9. We'll keep updating it as we go. I'm kind of batching it because we're going. Yeah, Trevor, I would. I totally would. It's just, you know, with Tradester coming out, there's, you know, really no point in the in switching here. But yeah, so I like to trade with a little bit of context. You'll see on the right side I have a 22 range chart, similar to Matt. The only difference is there is a linear regression being plotted over the last 100 candles. And so these are just standard deviations of that linear regression. So it kind of acts as a channel. I like to use that as kind of an indicator whether we're, you know, whether we're likely to see a little bit of a retracement, some of these big moves. And I generally trade with trend, so you'll see me talking a lot about that. On a day like today, it's a bit interesting. We've gotten a lot of chop this morning. It looks like we could make a move to the upside here, which would be quite nice. Professional meme lines, yes. Yes. I don't even have to put them in. They just continuously auto-fit. The auto meme lines, yep. I know, Andrew, I do need a counting bot. Make sure you guys hit the like. I want to see these likes come in. So what you guys can expect from the stream, the way we will be going about it, stream will start off every day. We'll do a little recap of the morning session. So we'll kind of look back at some of the morning session's price action. We will go back, take a look at, some of the market context, the week, the last couple days. Looking at the 1 hour, the daily, the 4 hour, and then we'll get to trading every day for lunch at noon Eastern. We will be doing a giveaway. So lunch hour with Liam, and then we will trade the lunch hour after that. So make sure you're around for that. Thank you, Nico. All right. I think that's most of the housekeeping stuff out of the way. I agree, Tachyon. 45 likes and 287 watching. You just gotta hit it. You just gotta do it. I think that's most of the housekeeping out of the way. Like I said, guys, I'm gonna be, going through that spiel over and over and over this week. So you'll hear me explaining some of that stuff over and over. But hopefully as we get some trades in and, as we do our thing, people will, start to realize, you don't got to ask, do we trade the same? It's a little different. Stuff like that. Good point. Good point, Jamie. I agree. This is a new stream, so you got to like it again. I got you. I will update the counter. If you can't find the like button, it's no wonder people can't pass evals. True. True. Thank you, TJ. Yeah, we'll update the counter for you guys. Just going back and double checking. That's crazy. All right, we're at 12. All right, so before we get going here, I just wanted to look at a couple things. Obviously, we had CPI this morning. So, JJ, I take my trades on the 5-minute, and I also use the 22-tick range chart for reference. So, going back, we'll take a look at CPI. So, CPI printed this morning at 8:30. Forecasted 3.8. We printed 3.5. That's year over year. Previous was 4.2. So CPI coming down. Right, and that makes sense with oil dropping, the price slowly coming down. Gas is still expensive for me, so. And core CPI dropped as well. It's and came in at 2.6, expected 2.8. So obviously, we saw a bit of a reaction with the market, right? In terms of what that implies, right? So what I often look at is Fed Watch tool on CME. So you can check this out for yourself. Super useful. You can go future dates. So taking a look at September, right? We're showing, percentages of rate cuts, rate hikes. What's up, Matt? Yeah, Brent. Yeah, we did have we did have CPI prints. Yeah, TJ, I'm using the built-in copier. So we're using five at a time. Tradovate's weird. So when you're using the built-in copier, you guys will see, like for instance here, right, on you'll see 5 contracts. It's actually just doing 1 contract per account. Same thing is if we use some of the micros, say I trade 5 micros, you'll see 25. I'm not trading 25 full contracts. But yeah, we so one of the things I kind of pay close attention to is some of these rate hike and rate cut probabilities. So we're in an interesting spot, right? Zooming out and taking a look at where oil is, what oil's done since that news yesterday, right? We gapped up, we pushed back up. I think we actually came all the way up and touched this gap from the other day, or from last month, yeah. So we came all the way up to that gap. We didn't fill it, we didn't close it, but we did tap that gap. Yeah, exactly, TJ. Just waiting on Tradester. Yep. Thank you, Giles. Thank you. But yeah, with market context, right? And today we're kind of coming back down. We're digesting some of that news from yesterday. And we're kind of weighing that against the CPI and all those numbers that just came out, right? So if looking forward, there's actually a pretty high probability of a rate hike, which sounds insane, not good for markets. This is based on how markets are pricing it in. So we're kind of in this weird middle ground where volatility's come down. The VIX, I think we're under 17, or we're just around 17. Hampton, it's just 10 to 1. It's just 10 to 1. So if you're, depending on how you're structuring your trades, you can play around with how much wiggle room that gets you. Yeah. But so we're in an interesting spot. I don't really have a bias. And I don't always need a bias. So we shall see how that goes. But I like going over a little bit of the context of the market, especially on days like this with a CPI print and stuff. Helps you understand these giant random green candles that appear at 8:30, right? So yeah, we're still trading inside of that. Inside of that CPI print, basically, which is an interesting spot. Let me double check that I have. Danny, do you need more offset or less? Because we're already sitting at like 600. More. Got it. Give me 1 sec, guys. All right. 1 sec here, guys. All right. Cool. All right. So yeah, we are kind of stuck in a range today, a bit choppy. We shall see. I'd like to see us break out of this range. Ideally, we can. Right off bat, this thing. I'd like to take some longs, trying to grab the high of this CPI print. But it's all about looking for an entry, a way to get in. All right, cool. Thank you, Jamie. Yeah. So I put a lot of emphasis on how I structure risk reward. I think with these props, risk reward, the way you trade, risk of ruin, expected outcomes, understanding, how many trades you can take at different risk reward levels, especially with the drawdown, account size. I think it's super important. So, you know, I generally trade 2-to-1s, fixed 2-to-1s, with, and I like to scale based on, you know, what the ATR is looking like. So right now with a ATR at 67, oh God, ATR at 67, you know, we're getting quite a bit of movement. It is choppy, but we're getting quite a bit of movement. So with ATR up here, I'd probably move over into the micros just because it gives me a little bit more wiggle room. So, you know, if I want to risk 250 bucks, essentially I can trade 5 of them, double my room here. Hey, there it is. Who's this guy, LOL? Great question. Who is this guy? No, I am Liam. I will be coming in at 10 a.m. every day following Matt Eastern, trading the lunch hour, handing it off to Danny later on for power hour. Matt, why did you shave? All right. So yeah, just hanging out here. Hey, Jason, lunch with Lamb. Yep. Would like to see, I don't know, that might have been it. I would have wanted to see a little bit more before we come up to take this 2900, 921 level. I guess that's in the MNQ. Yeah, same thing, but would have liked to see a bit more of a pullback, but this thing might just pull back and go. Some interesting sell safe. Great question. Great question. Yeah, weird markets. Yesterday was a little weird too. Yesterday was super choppy. Oops, sorry about that. Yesterday was super choppy. Didn't really like what I was seeing. I'm also super picky, so you guys will see a lot of me kind of just talking through what I'm looking at. You know, no reason to jump into trades if they're not screaming at me, so. Calm and good guy. Oh, I'll take that. Can't hear me through laptop speaker channel. It's interesting. I think everyone else has me pretty good, loud and clear, so not sure, but yeah, Root. I'm East Coast, so I'm just outside of Philly. So, go Birds. What's up, Mitch? Oh, we got to toss that up there. Yes, this is Tradovate. Yes, this is Tradovate. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we'll update the counter. There we go. Cool, cool. All right, up to 13. I think Jaws was right. I think we're gonna smash through 30 by the end of the stream. But that's cool. That's cool. This is a new thing, so as you guys come in, I'm sure it's a bit of a jump scare seeing me. Yeah, I think this thing's gonna go without us. Ideally, I mean, there's ways we could get in here, right? I'd want to see a pullback down to like 845. What's that look like? Micro, this is Tradovate. Oh, who just said go? Giants, Knicks, Yankees. It is what it is. It's okay. Nice thing about trading, cool thing about this in the community is we're all over the place. So I'm sure we'll all have varying opinions when it comes to our favorite sports teams. I'm sure I'll catch a lot of flack for being a Philly sports fan. It is what it is. We get it all the time. It's probably earned though. All right. Yeah, ideally I'd want to pull back down into like the 40s if I could get it. Maybe 50, kind of a psych level. Let's see here. What's that look like? We trade 5 micros. Gives us 25. I actually don't mind that trade. Yeah, let's put that on. So this is micros, so 5 accounts spread between 25 contracts using the built-in copy trader. On Tradovate, you'll see, you should see here it's 5 per. There we go. Jay Francis, go Eagles, love it. Yeah, so we'll bid 50. I don't know if we'll get filled. Stop at 25. Yeah, it looks like it's going to go without us. But ideally, we'd be targeting something up here. Top of this CPI print. I think we might be up for the rest of the day. You know, I'm not super sure, but interesting guitar rack. Yeah, we do music as a hobby, so me and some buddies. So we have I have a ton of stuff in here. Got some analog synths, guitars, stuff like that in the background. Increase the pass through. Yeah, I got you. George, who is this guy? There we go. All right, so it's at least 2 more I've gotten. I'll do that real quick. We're up to 15, halfway to 30. Halfway to the line Palmer set. He set the line at 30. We're doing over-under. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to get filled here. No, Anthony. So one of the biggest gripes I have with Tradovate, and I mean, you can like look at some of the forums. People have been asking for this feature for like the last 6 years. Is if you are copy trading, you can't set brackets. So there are no brackets. So like I can't use the ATM up here. And it's a pain, absolute pain. So you got to set things manually with Tradovate if you are copy trading. So yeah, waiting on Tradester. So I do not have to do that. Hopefully, we'll see. Yeah, it's kind of brutal, especially in like whippy markets, right? If you want to, you know, you're trying to grab something like this, you're trying to grab a bounce off a psych level, or I'm gonna take this off because I don't think this gets filled. We're moving around quite a bit. 55's still kind of interesting, but yeah, we'll see. But yeah, especially if markets are whipping around, right, and you want to set that stop real quick, you can slip past it. Trader Lit, they announced on Twitter that they are adding the brackets. So it's like 6 years late, but good for them. Sounds like Matt going through caffeine withdrawal. I am caffeinated. I'm well caffeinated this morning. How do I get my candles to be so spread out? Great question. I think it's just because I'm kind of zoomed in here. Yeah, if I zoom out, they're pretty standard. A little bit of a test. All right. You know what? Kind of want to toss this back on and bid 55, but we'll see. Guys, toss a like on there while you're at it. It is a new stream, so if you have not already, toss a like on there. Let's run that up. We got a giveaway at noon Eastern, 30 minutes from now, 11 Central, so make sure you're here for that. Alpha Prime, so it is a 22 range chart, and essentially we have a linear regression on the last 100 candles, and then these are the standard deviations off of that linear regression. So we're looking at one standard deviation, well, -1 standard deviation, -2, -3. So ideally on a trending day, you get some kind of sense between, you know, the market's natural movement, whether it's back and forth between the 1, the 2, the 3. Yeah, Alpha Prime, they're, you know, it still is a lagging indicator, right? Because this is scaling to the price movement. So, you know, we could easily flip this channel negative, but yeah. So I think I'm going to go ahead and rebid. Although it does look a little bit heavy. I'd like to rebid this at 50. I don't know if we get all the way down to 50. Bouncing around at the bottom of this -2 standard deviation channel. There's the 50 level. So see if it plays out. Ideally, that would have been my entry, targeting 900. But we did not tap 900. So yeah, ideally that would have been the entry with a stop at 25. So we'll take a look here, see what happens, see how it plays out. A little late now to jump in. 97.70, nice long. Yeah, if you guys don't know, so Palmer, or Jaws kicked us off last night with his stream. At market open at, I guess CME market open at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 o'clock Central. Kicked us off last night. Jamie traded London today. Matt joined in for his regular stream hours. I'm picking up the torch after Matt. We'll be trading lunch hour. And then after me comes Danny to trade power hour. So stick around for that. Yeah, Chris. That's what I always kind of wonder, like, you know, with some of the third-party stuff, like what slippage looks like on those copiers. I know with like with Rhythmic on some of the platforms, some of the guys use third-party I don't know, some type of third-party integrated solution in terms of trading between different props. I don't know how much I trust those, but yeah. But yeah, that would be nice to be able to set bracket orders, right? So let's see. Kind of glad I took that trade off. We would have been, I think we would have been stopped to the tick here. Let's see. No, we would have survived by 2 ticks. We'd still be in it. We would have survived. Yeah, Jason, I've been trading 3 years on and off. Most of it on props, some of it on a funded account, or some of it on a personal account. I kind of hold on to that, leave it on the side for bigger plays, if that makes any sense. So I look at, you know, like different regime changes or, you know, kind of macro plays to use that guy. I don't like trading it day to day. Rather use props. Helps limit risk too, so that's pretty cool. What are our likes up to now? Let's see. Let's take a look. All right, we're over 100. I'll take that. Yeah, Drew. I'll sit here and wait, look for trends, and bid different standard deviation moves off of the trend. So, you know, if we're in an uptrend, we're in a downtrend, I like to bid different standard deviation moves off of that trend. Try to get a bid, try to get in and out clean without taking too much drawdown, and grab a quick 25 points. If we have a lot of, if ATR is elevated, that'll be 50 points with micros, 25 points though if I'm trading a full contract. When did I turn the corner? Great question. I had a pretty good streak last year, and was quite happy about that. So, you know, I'm still on props. That's why we trade props. So you guys will see, you know, it's quite a journey. I'd say for the first 2 years, or first like year, I hardly made any money, which, you know, it is what it is. But that's the nice thing about these props, right? They afford you to take those losses and get exposure to the market without risking huge chunks of a personal account. Yeah, it's a constant battle, essentially. You know, the nice thing about trading is, well, I guess not nice, but markets are constantly evolving. We're sitting in different regimes. You know, your edge may not play out 1 month from now, right? So you got to constantly adapt. You got to constantly change. When I learned that, I became a little bit more consistent. We'd still be alive if we were in this trade. It's kind of funny. We'd actually be in profit. Just in profit, but starting to build a bit of volume up here too. Point of control sitting right in the middle of this CPI print. Yeah, you guys will learn I'm super picky, so we will do a lot of hanging out, talking about what's going on, looking for good opportunities. Wonder if this thing kind of rolls over here. I thought we'd take out this high from the CPI print, but it is a pretty major psych level, right? The 29,900 level. So, you know, kind of rejecting off that. Didn't quite touch it, but yeah. Agreed, Ryan. Shall see. 800 looks pretty good. Yeah. This major psych level right below. But could grab a retest somewhere around IBH. ES just flushed, okay. Austin, I have another job, but it's the middle of the day. So for the time being, we'll be doing this. Right. Yeah, so this is what I mean with the whole, you know, this is obviously a lagging indicator, right? Trend lines aren't God. Interesting. Yeah, you know, trend lines aren't God. Linear regressions aren't God. You know, we just turn this thing negative, so obviously a lagging indicator. Got to take everything with a grain of salt. Testing 800, 29,800 could be interesting. Let's look at the NQ while we're just hanging out. Tapped 800. Could have also been an interesting spot to get long. Although it just looks a little bit heavy to me, so. Short 858. I actually like that, yeah. What wick are we talking about here? This guy? Yeah, I like that. Great trade. Yeah. Ryan. Let's see what ES is doing. Okay, so ES coming all the way down to VWAP. So volume point of control bounce on NQ. Bounce off of VWAP on ES. I like it. Hovering right around 800. Yeah, Bradley. Wick tests have played out. I think this wick test would have played. This wick test would have played, actually. Where's Matt? Should we count that as a who's this guy? Kinda. I don't know. No. So we will be doing. I don't know if you've seen, if you tune into his stream. We've all been talking about you know, the new stream hours. There's three of us that are streaming outside of Matt's normal streaming hours. I will be picking up the torch right after Matt at 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern, trading through the lunch hour. Speaking of lunch hour in 15 minutes, we'll be doing a giveaway then. Trading through the lunch hour, and then giving the stream over to Danny, who will be picking up power hour every day. So make sure you tune in for the for us. And then we got Jaws, who trades the evening, hops in for Asian session. Great stream last night. I think it's a 5-hour stream. He has a standing desk. Dude stands for 5 hours. But great stream last night. And then Jamie trades the London session in the morning. So Jamie traded this morning before Matt. Caught a nice trade towards the tail end of his stream. Great stream also. Okay, it counts. All right. Micro player. There's a couple different things I'll use for entry. So like, I mean, actually, nice bounce back above IB here. Did ES come down and touch VWAP? Let's see. Not quite. I would have liked to see ES tap VWAP here, like Ryan was saying. Yeah, micro player. I couple different entry models. Yeah. They are listening to us. Absolutely, Ryan. Still looking for a way to get in long here that doesn't put too much risk on the table, I think. But Yeah, that's what I'm a little worried about. I still think we might get it. So, hang out, wait and see. Yeah, I got to tell myself, especially on stream, I got to tell myself to be patient but it's a nice exercise in that, you know, I don't know. There's an extra layer there to hold me accountable, so I actually quite like it. We shall see, though. Could go either way. Either we do come down and test volume point of control and ES comes down and grabs VWAP, or we just grab a nice bounce off that wick here, off of the wick down through IB. Jodo, I have streamed. Streamed for about 2 months to absolutely nobody. So I sat here and talked at the computer screen like I was a crazy person. So it's nice to have a chat. It's nice to have people interacting. Shout out Matt for that. Time's definitely moving a little quicker than it was when I was staring at the screen, talking myself through trades to an audience of 0. Yeah, Jason, absolutely. Absolutely. It's one of the hardest things when it comes to, you know, people that are new to trading, you know, figuring out when to be aggressive, when to get in, and when to be patient. I mean, most of trading is sitting here staring at candles and numbers and looking at price, right? You spend the majority of your time not trading when you're trading, so it's an important thing to master. Jodo, we'll see. So far, I'm kind of enjoying it. Like I said, it's given me a little bit more of a reason to sit back and, you know, I'm talking through the trades as I normally would, sitting here in silence, but being able to talk through the trades and figure all that good stuff out. Like, you know, we're sitting here with Ryan, we're talking about ES, pointing out that ES is coming down to VWAP. You know, having a community to be able to do that with is pretty cool, so. If you guys aren't in the Discord for some reason, bottom of the screen, tbm.gg/discord. Make sure you guys hop in. Yeah. We're sitting right here around IB. It's interesting spot. I'd like to see us pull back a little farther and then catch some legs and continue higher and take out the high of that CPI print. It's kind of what I'm looking for. But I'd like to see a little bit of validation that we're not just going to plummet. So if we do see that bounce off of volume point of control, bounce off of VWAP in the ES, I'd be interested for longs there. Yeah, Bradley, point of control, agreed. Tons of volume, so we'll see. Ryan pointed out it aligns pretty well with VWAP in the ES, so we'll see. A little bit of confluence. Yeah, Austin, super cool. Super cool concept. It really is awesome that he's expanding the stream like this. I think he's done a great job at building a a fairly tight community, especially in Discord with everybody, you know, talking about trading, talking through their trades, you know, flexing their winners, flexing their losses, you know, all that good stuff. So being able to have a couple of us come on here and stream throughout the rest of the day. Super cool. How did I find trading? I initially found trading through Matt on YouTube, and kind of just developed my trading style, you know, through an amalgamation of different videos I'd watched and different things I, you know, learned along the way. And that first year really was just a, you know, discovery period, so to speak. Yeah, Mitch, good old sit and wait game. I agree. Would like to see. Let's see, the ES tap VWAP, we're getting there. It's trying. So ES knocking on point of control. I'd like to see it come down and test VWAP. And then grab legs and go. ATR is still kind of elevated. We're sitting at 60. I think this is a 14 period ATR on the 5 minute. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's last 14 candles in the 5 minute. I know. We're getting there. Well, ES is holding it too. Austin, I found it by accident. I went to school as a finance major, math minor, so, you know, I understood the concept of derivatives and derivatives markets. I did not realize, you know, 3 years ago or so that it was such a large, you know, market. I didn't know props existed. I didn't know there was a cheap way to get in. So when I discovered props, initially Top Step, then Apex, and I've branched out a little bit, as I will continue to do on stream. Yeah, you know. Yeah, they're Ryan, they're building on that that volume, piling in volume down here. You see some of these larger orders coming in. 838. Oh, those are from a bit earlier, but yeah, I'll be interested to see if we get a. Okay, there we go. There's the test. Kind of worried we flush it, so I want to see the reaction off of this before I get in here. Heavy close too. Let's see, ES close. Okay, so ES broke through, did not quite grab VWAP. Yeah, absolutely, Bradley. Just kind of wait for confirmation. Yeah. Closing in on lunch hour, so some of that vol will slip away. No, Nick, I got you. Can you explain the part in the middle of the screen? So this is time and sales. So this is essentially a live tick stream of every market in or market out buy or sell order coming through. So at the top, we're just filtering by one. So this is just one contract traded. So every time someone out there markets in with one order, you'll see it appear, right? So you'll see these blocks of like this. You'll see blocks of buying, blocks of selling. If it is red or green, that means it impacted price. And if you see something with a black borders here, that means it's being absorbed and it's not impacting the bid or the ask. Same thing for down here, except for this is filtered for market in or market out. of groups of 10 or more. So that's some of the bigger sized orders being marketed in. Yeah, I like to, I'll, depending on what ATR is and what volatility looks like, I'll change this volume filter here to either 20. Sometimes I bring it all the way up to 50 just so you can see. But, you know, if we take a look at 50, right? So just a hint of what the big orders are, where they are, right? Big order at 838. Big buy order up here. Big sell order around 810. A couple big buy orders in the 70s, 77, 72. So basically right around here. And that correlates with a lot of the volume we're seeing, right? So tons of volume here. Volume point of control. You know, gives you a bit of context. Angry Sushi. 2-hour closing in 12 minutes. 2 minutes, but yeah. Yeah, the top, yeah. Agreed, Ryan. Yeah, that's one thing. I'm not entirely used to trading the lunch hour. I like to get my trades done a little earlier in the day. Typically by like 11:30 Eastern. So 10:30 Central. It's generally where I'll find a trade. Try to get out before the lunch hour, just because, you know, a little bit less volume. Although in some of these highly volatile markets, it's, you know, it's nice to see a little less volume sometimes. But, you know, things like trend will collapse during lunch and then resume at 1 or whatever. Yeah, Jason, it's New York City lunch hour, so you just see generally you see volume kind of drop off, price start to slow down, and then market participants rejoin at 1 o'clock Eastern. What could be interesting is if we kind of base out here and we get a nice, you know, reversal candle back up into IB. I think that could be quite interesting. Didn't quite grab VWAP on ES, but came pretty close. Yep, exactly, Jason. Yeah. Trey, there we go. Toss another one on the counter. Thank you, sir. So, Jaws set the line last night. We were talking, just because I was watching and I tuned in for his stream, and we were hearing it quite a bit. So, Jaws set the line at 30. So, we're an hour in. We got 2 hours to go, and we're at 16 versions of who is this guy? That's not Matt. What's going on? So, I think we're going to smash through that 30. I think I'll owe him a buck, but Mitch, there's no, hey, there we go. Toss another one on there. Guys are going to make me pay, we're breaking through a volume point of control here. Yeah. Make me pay Jaws a buck here. I gotta add 2. I'll remember that. What's on the right? All right, so this is a 22 tick range chart. So each of these candles represents 22 ticks in directional price movement. So all the candles are the same size. Body plus wick is the same size. So these meme lines you see so essentially there's a linear regression being plotted against the last 100 candles. So From here to here, there's a linear regression being plotted right down the middle. And these are simply standard deviations off of the linear regression. So this is the 1 standard deviation, 2 standard deviation, 3, -1, -2, -3. Oh, we are breaking through. Volume point of control, yes, definitely lost VWAP. Yep. Austin, Liam, and Neon, and Brad could have a cool club for people that are not Matt. Yeah, flushed through all this. That's why I was waiting for, I think that top of the hour definitely invalidated it. New skincare, OG Mike wrote. All right, so now we gotta, oh, it's already 3 more, we're up to 19. I gotta figure out how to do a, I mean, it's not that I need to do it now, but I would have liked to do some type of manual counter for this to manually keep track of. Long. Samir, long. You know, I don't fully disagree with you. It just looks heavy. I was looking for a way to get long here, but I need to see us, you know, create some kind of structure here and get a nice bounce. An arbitrary entry around 700 doesn't feel too great. David Becker, what's up? Yeah, right. Might as well wait for VWAP on NQ. I mean, if we take VWAP on NQ, we might be knocking on the lows here in ES. Probably not quite, but we'd be getting close. I'll see. All right. Yeah, I kind of agree. Liquid space. Hey, there we go. Andretti, who is this guy? All right. McAnthony, he's this is not Matt, it's Liam. Stop asking questions when I'm losing. Yeah, when his trade's over, you guys can keep asking. We'll pump the counter up. All right. All right, let's see. Samir, you know, we are right in the middle. I agree, a little 50% retracement on the day. Closing in, at least in the NQ, on the, you know, the bottom of this CPI print, although I'd argue some of this vol picked up right before the CPI print, but yeah, that 830 candle when we got those numbers. So essentially ranging from the top of the CPI print to the bottom of the CPI print. So Amit, what's up? I am not Matt. My name's Liam. So actually starting last night and today, there are three additional people that will be streaming every day. So Matt streams Market Open in the morning every day. I pick up the torch at 10 o'clock Central, 11 Eastern. After me, Danny is trading Power Hour. And then you can catch Jaws trading the PM session when the market opens back up. Or you can catch Jamie for the London session leading into match stream. Short 840. Great short. Yeah, it's a great short. Giveaway time. Trader Lip. All right, so this is the first one we'll be running, so bear with me here. We're going to try. We're going to try. Bear with me. Let me see if I can get this set up. All right. All right. Let's see if we can get this set up for you guys. All right. All right, let's see if we did this right. All right. If you're in chat, toss Apex in chat. We are giving away an Apex account. Start of the lunch hour. Let's see. Let's see. First time running it. Oh, there we go. Cool, cool. So we're getting some entries. All right. Cool, cool. Keep them coming. We'll let this run for a minute here. We'll let everybody get in. Kick off lunch hour, right? We can get 50 surely, right? Yeah, there we go. All right, and a little reminder for those of you who are new, those of you who don't know how this works. When we close this, when the winner is announced, you have 2 minutes to click the link that will be in chat. Once you click that link, you'll be given a confirmation code. You got to drop that back into the chat just so we can confirm you're here. And then you'll be good to go. All right. Up to 75. You think we get to 100? I think we hang out here for one more minute. Give you guys a chance to get to 100. Give a couple more people a chance to hop in here. Do me a favor, hit the like button, by the way, if you haven't already. New stream, different stream from Matt. So if you hit the like button in Matt's stream, you can still hit it here. Bradley likes his odds more at 80. True. Very true. All right. Let's keep it pushing. All right, we're gonna go ahead and run it right here. All right. Here we go, chat. Closed. 86 I've used. Oh, almost the stop out. All right. Ethan, you have 2 minutes. Two minutes to go to the website, grab that code, and drop it in chat. GG's, Ethan. Ah, imposter, huh? Minute left, Ethan. Hey, there we go. Cool, cool. There you go, sir. Enjoy that. Hey, I'm glad that went well. Cool. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm happy that went smooth. I have the little cheat sheet pulled up, and I'm like looking at it, I'm glancing at it, I'm like, okay. All right. Time to long. Name work in progress. You know, that's kind of what who said that? Who said time to long? Jimmy. I'm kind of in the same boat. I'd like to see us create some kind of structure here and continue up, but it's been heavy so far, so we'll see how that goes. We shall see how that goes. All right. Oh, before I forget, gotta update the who is this guy counter. I saw 2 more. We're up to 21. Man, I wish I had a bot that scraped chat that auto updated that number. That'd be sick. What time frame and trend line do you work on, please? All right, so I trade and take my entries on a 5-minute. So this is the 5-minute on the left side of my screen. On the right side is and I think this is what you mean by the trend lines. This is a 22 range chart. So every candle is represented by 22 ticks of movement. And this is a linear regression that's being plotted across the last 122 tick changes, and these are just standard deviations off that linear regression. So bit of a lagging indicator, not the be all end all, but gives a nice point of reference for when we're oversold or underbought, whatever. Especially when we're in a nice defined trend day. Helps me gauge pullbacks and look for that sort of thing. So not totally useful on a day like today where we're chopping around after a CPI print. Like I said before, we've been sitting inside of this CPI print, just been ranging back and forth inside of this CPI print for quite some time here. Don't know if the lunch hour is going to help that either. Nick Kilby vibe code time. I agree. Yep, Solar Scorpion vibe code. Samir, wait for a new lower low on the 1 minute and just enter long. It'll work out, trust me. I don't trust anybody. I hardly trust myself, so. Did I read any books on trading or particular videos that helped? I've watched, especially when I started a couple years ago, I watched a ton of content. I've been watching Matt for a long time. See, I'm actually looking at a couple books. The books I've read haven't been like psychology based or Jorge, no, I have not. Just been staring at this chop. We've been live for an hour, Jorge. Not quite. We still got 2 more to go. We'll see. Hopefully I can grab something during this lunch hour. Although that's short, would have been nice. But yeah, getting back to the book question. There's a few books I've read, but they're not necessarily like, active trading books. But I've definitely read some financial related books. Like I'm looking at a couple right now. I've read, I think a lot of people have read The Trading Game. It's Gary Stevenson, talking about his time as an investment banker at Citi in London. I read that. It's cool. He offers an interesting take on like wealth inequality and the way the financial system's built. We've read that. What else have we read? I'm trying to see. They're over in the other room. The World for Sale. It's about different commodities traders. So like oil traders, the way some of those things work. It's like 5 or 6 stories from different commodity traders around the world. Barbarians at the Gate. It's what inspired the TV series Succession, so I've read that. and then Den of Thieves. So I have all those over there, yeah. There's a couple more I can't quite remember, but yeah, I've read all those. But they're not, you know, trading related, but they're all finance related. Finance stories, different things. Samir, time to print. What tool are you using for order entries? Looks different to Matt. Yeah, it is different to Matt. And I'll keep reiterating this for the rest of the week. In terms of philosophy, I share a lot of the same base hit philosophies with Matt, especially with the way, you know, we treat these prop firms, keeping counts alive, small losers, trying to take winners when I get them, right? See money, take money. But my entries are a little bit different. On a perfect day, you know, I find a nice trending day. No, Justin. I'm gonna be explaining it all week, so no problems explaining it. So yeah, like on a perfect day, if we were sitting inside of a trend, you know, if you can find a nice trend day, looking for pullbacks to the, you know, 2 or 3 standard deviation channel on the linear regression, is probably my favorite entry. On choppy days, it's looking for reversals, looking for pullbacks, looking to trade off of IB, trade off of volume point of control, looking to trade off of VWAP, looking at psych numbers. A lot of... I'd actually say the biggest thing when it comes to my entries is just the risk to reward structure and how I structure my trades. Everything's a 2-to-1. Azor, who's this guy? All right, we're gonna add it to the counter. One sec. You know, a lot of, I'd say one of the most important things, actually, probably more important than the actual like entry itself, is how I structure the trades. No, you're good. So I was in Jaz's stream last night. Jaz is one of the other guys that's streaming on the channel, and you can check him out tonight as well. Danny Dimes after me, Jaz later tonight, Jamie in the morning before Matt for London. I was in his chat last night, and one of the things I kept seeing was over and over and over, who's this guy? Did Matt get a new hat? What's going on with him? So I decided to embrace it. So he set the line last night at 30. So toss yeah, we can toss 3 more on there now. So we've been live for an hour 20. We have hour 40 left to go. We're closing in on 24. So I think we're gonna smash that line. And I think I'll owe Jaz a buck. I took the under. So yeah, let me get that switched up for you. Why not embrace it, right? All right, there you go. 24. Interesting spot. No, Liquid. So we are all streaming from where we live. So different time zones. You know, Jamie's across the pond. Yeah. So for now, we're all trading in our own spaces. Waz. Yeah, we're gonna work on the title. I think we're still trying to figure out whether we want to toss our names in the title, whether that's good or bad for yeah for viewership. How we're gonna run all that. Yep. Yeah. Jamie flies into Austin to stream every morning. Justice. No, we're not. When Tradester is launched, we will certainly, or at least I will certainly be trading with Tradester. I've been waiting for it just as long as everybody else. Super excited about that. But for now, no, we're just we're joining in to pick up the hours that aren't streamed. Matt kicked this off yesterday with a marathon stream. He streamed the entire New York session, which was awesome. He'll be bringing in special guests. So I think tomorrow he'll have a special guest on stream. Not this Friday, but maybe next Friday he'll have Kane on. I think they're still working out the details on that. So yeah, big things for the stream. Hecklin, this is Tradovate. I'm a Tradovate bot. Creatures of habit. So until we move over to Tradester, whenever that is, there's no reason to switch up what we're doing. If it's been working, it's been working. So kind of like this. Still would love to see us grab longs back up into IB, but I'm a little worried that, you know, we get a little bit of legs and continue this sell-off through lunch, so we'll see. No, Jorge, Matt still trades the channel. He same schedule. He's been streaming for years now. Every day at market open, he'll trade until 10 a.m. Central, which is 11 Eastern, and then I'll pick it up from there. Following me is Danny for Power Hour. I'll trade the lunch hour. Danny picks up Power Hour, and then Jaws will come in for the open, for the CME open, at 6 Eastern, 5 Central. Trades for 5 hours, and then Jamie picks it up bright and early in the morning for the London session. Samir, you really want this long, huh? Yeah, nice to meet you, Austin. I appreciate you coming in, hanging out, asking questions. Makes it easier for me, so thank you so much. Nice meeting you. Nick Kilby, I totally agree. Having to use that third partier to copy trade, or to use bracket orders on the copy trade, pain. All right, catching legs here. I mean, this is about the 50% of 50% of the daily range here. Again, just hanging out right in the middle of this CPI print. I'd like to see us get back above volume point of control. We did put in a lot of volume down here. Good portion of this was from earlier in the session, but yep. Yeah, I agree, Ryan. Volume point of control reclaim, and then on ES, the corresponding VWAP reclaim would be interesting. But I mean, what is this? Line in the sand at 57.70, I guess. It's gross. Just looks like it wants to roll over. It's just weird spot. Not sure. Was that a point of control flip? Linda scaling in. Jorge. I've been trading for 3 years. I had a good year last year. And it comes with its up and downs as you know, market conditions change, different regime trade or changes. You know, as volatility comes in, comes out. So yeah, I don't know. I made my first, you know, I started finding success about a year into trading, if that's what you're asking. Yes, quite literally a quintuple bottom in the ES. Yep. Yeah, that's gross. I'm good on that. Vic, absolutely no clue. Absolutely no clue. I'm just as ready for it as you guys are. Hey, there we go. There's another one. Who's this guy? Inspired Mindset. Cool, cool. Up to 25. Go ahead and update that. Right. All right. Switch the music. Make sure we stay on stream beats here. All right. Give me 1 sec. Oh, okay. Ripping a bit. Reclaiming volume point of control. That's interesting. Right. Somebody asked, did we reclaim, Oh yeah, we popped through VWAP. Yeah, a little retest, take it long. 5 years in. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, it's quite a steep learning curve. That's the nice thing about props, right? Is it gives you that pretty cheap entry into the space. Lets you learn without taking too big of a hit. Yep, counters up to 25. Let's see. I'd like to take this long off a volume point of control, see if I can grab a retest, or maybe a retest of some of these wicks. The issue is, you know, I'd ideally want my stop down here around 29,700, and that's, you know, I've got to give it a lot of room. The 3 natural. So I'll be doing 1 giveaway per stream to start off. So I should have waited until we got to the line at 30. So that was last night I was sitting in Jaws' stream, and he set the line at 30. Who's this guy? So should have done the giveaway at 30, but no. Use code Liam26. Absolutely not. Use code TBM. It's all over the screen. It's all over the screen. Use code TBM. Use it any of the props. We'll plug it again, but tbm.gg, you can find information on all the props that we will be trading. Matt's branching out. Not just trading Apex, we'll be trading Lucid, Tradovate, Take Profit Trader. Always code TBM. Use code TBM. If you want to check out, get a little breakdown on the firms if you guys haven't traded any of them. Just a quick little bit of info, little rundown, Matt's take. You guys can check that out. If you guys aren't in the Discord either, there's a ton of information in the Discord. Jump in the Discord. Ooh. Links down at the bottom right, below me. Retest was nice. Well, I mean, I agree with Lambert. Free stuff is free stuff. All right. Looks pretty good. I mean, this is exactly what I was asking for, right? Kind of base out here and keep it moving. I still think we can get to the high of this CPI print. True, Wes. Only if you win. I wonder if we see a, towards the end of the lunch hour, if we see a little bit more volume come back in. And if that takes us higher towards the top of the hour. Nah, Jamie, nothing yet. Picky. I'm trading picky. But I'm also gonna go in with my usual size, so I don't wanna jump in here with 5 micros if I'm gonna get burnt right off rip. Although we did talk about taking this volume point of control test, which coincides with the ES VWAP test. Although that didn't end up playing out. What's your usual size? So depending on ATR, I will either trade 5 micros or just 1 mini. Yeah, I agree, Ryan. Follow through is rough. Still looks kind of heavy. Might have been a nice short here. Uh, 750? 750 is an interesting number. Big round number. Quite a bit of volume conducted there. Psych level. Let's see. 25 points of drawdown with... Yeah, still not a great setup. Put our stop right about here if we took the 750 level. Yeah, agreed. Clean the wicks lower, take a run long. I just want to see a bit of a stronger move up if we end up going long. I don't like this indecisive, you know, bouncing around volume point of control. I'd like to see a real quick, strong move up and give us a spot where we can get in. 750s is the middle of the 15-minute overnight range. Yeah. Yeah, interesting day. I agree. Smooth blues. Walsh speaking, and Trump, and Iran, and the tweet yesterday. That beautiful tweet yesterday. I actually took a loser on that tweet yesterday. Small one, like 120 bucks, but yeah. Oh, opening range. Just about right. No, don't require the wood slatted background. It's just a, I don't know, it's a quick way to throw something on the wall. Hey, who is this guy? Toss another one up there. Let's see. To 26, closing in on that that line of 30. Took long off the 5-minute wick test. You liked reclaiming point of control, finding support. Yeah. Just to update the counter. Yeah, and if we have the opportunity here too, I'd like to go in and you guys hop in the Discord and you toss your streams in, or if you toss your trades in, I'll go through and review some of those. Take a look at what we've all been taking. Just about right. Yeah, they're nice. I mean, they're easy to install. They're kind of cheap too, so they look good. This is not the master bedroom, but yeah, we did toss one in here. Might have been a nice... It feels so heavy. It feels like it wants to roll over, but... Nick, no, I play all sorts of stuff. I have a full-sized keyboard over there. I have a nice Juno keyboard, full-sized. I have a couple analog synths, Moog Subsequent, ton of stuff in here. Anything you see behind me, just mess around. It's a fun hobby. I still want to get long. Gross. Just about right. I wish I could set that up. I theoretically could. Literally anything. Just like a hobby. Yeah, I'm self-taught on a bunch of stuff, so it's just, you know, not the greatest ever, but what's the quintuple bottom mean? Do we just long the quintuple bottom? GG's, Wes. Bradley, I was just looking for some volume in here. It was just looking super heavy coming down, ES coming down into VWAP, and then NQ coming down into volume point of control. Yeah, the retest of volume point of control might have been the trade. Yeah, there's a couple ways we could look at it, Jamie, right? If I don't know, if I had conviction that we'd come down lower to find some sort of liquidity lower, I would try to grab it overextended to the top. And if I think we're going to continue higher, which is kind of where my bias is at in terms of the top of the CPI print, we're what, 30 off. This local high is 30 off from the top of that CPI print. Looking for an extension lower to grab long. Some of these psych levels, yeah, getting up to 800. Interested in how we react to IB here. How we react to some of this stuff. I don't know, I'm not necessarily accustomed to trading the lunch hour, so a little bit of a learning curve for me as well, trying to figure out what this looks like with the decrease in volume. Yeah, Silver, that played wonderfully, actually. Ryan, did you end up taking that? Looks good. Basically right at 800. Yeah, scalpy stuff. There we go. There's some follow through. All right, so orders coming in on the 1s and 2s. Nothing crazy with size, but delta definitely growing here. Yeah, Silver, same here. So, you know. Yeah, good trading, Ryan. All right, I do like the way this looks for getting long here into the top. Thanks, Matt. Who's this guy? And we are up to 27. Closing in on that 30 number. All right, so we took 800. Quick retest of 800. Quick test. Blowing through 800. All right. Value area high, changing a little bit here, moving around. Who's this guy? Kelly. Hi, my name's Liam. There's a ton of us, or well, 3 of us, that will be joining Matt on the channel, streaming different time segments every day. So when Matt hops off, you guys can find me. I'll be trading the lunch hour. Yep, exactly. Silver Scorpions. Hi, Matt. Hi, Matt. Hi, Matt. I will be trading the lunch hour. After me, Danny will pop in for power hour. Check him out. Make sure to check him out. And all the streams should be scheduled up on the YouTube. You guys can find them there. Or if you're in my stream, it'll automatically put you through. And then Jaws streams the Asian session. He streams, I think he's on for 5 hours every night. Starting at 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern. Danny. Exactly. All right, so we got to update that. I think there was another one. Let's see. Was anybody else ask? Yep, 29. Jaws set the line at 30 last night, so he took the over. So I'll owe him a buck if we get over. We get over 30. I took the under. But I saw how many times they were asking him last night, and I figured I'd toss a counter up on screen. There we go. They start flooding in. All right. Well, you guys want to see me lose a buck, huh? And there we go. All right. We'll be selling the top of the range, though. You know, interesting spot, the top of this CPI print. I mean, 750. 750 was yesterday's high, too. That would have been a cool entry. We have a lot of runway. The gap starts 29,980. I agree, I'm bankrupt now. All right. I'm interested in looking for a way to get long here. Try to do it cheaply, just because this thing could, you know, base, roll over, and continue lower. But we are getting towards the bottom of the hour. Last 15. Trade with a one tick take profit to pay for the bet. Look for $1 to or I guess $1. Yeah, $1 to pay for the bet side bet we had. True. Very true. See, I don't like this though. I don't like coming up to IB and nuking a little bit. I don't like the strong reaction. I don't like wicking off of it. Let's see, 792, 775. I would bid like 775, but volume point of control's right down below it, so play the wick test. Wick in and out. Yeah, Bradley, I agree. It's a bit difficult sitting, and you know, I've said it like 12 times at this point, but we're sitting right in the middle of this CPI print, so it's, you know, I guess we're trying to make up our mind, right? Do we want to trade above it or below it, or are we happy trading inside of it? Yeah, rolled over pretty well. Nothing huge, but came right back to that 800 level. Let's see. Andrew, what's going on? Took a little lunch break. Nice. No trades yet. Looking for a way to get long, but a little spooked by some of the price action. Talking a little bit about this CPI candle and how we're sitting inside of it. Coming back into this cluster volume, coming back into volume point of control. I'd like to see us get down to volume point of control, down towards 70 for a long. But I don't know how many times we can come back down and test that. Take a look at the yeah, like that's gross. Not fun to be trading this stuff right here on the 1 hour at least. Crude's in an interesting spot. We did, you know, once we broke through, we obviously gapped up the other night. Once we broke through that local high from the start of the month, we did come all the way back up and test the start of that gap from really, I guess, the 12th in June when we gapped down. So, but, you know, it's kind of been falling, although we did catch some legs here. Wonder if we continue higher, what that does to the equities. Although the equities have been holding up. Trey, change your profile pic back on the Discord. Professional photos throwing me off. I agree. It's throwing me off too. You're not the only one. Samir, listen, if I took those longs you were calling out, I'd be very happy right now. I'd be very happy right now. This is the 5 minute. I use the, this is a 22 tick range chart. So everything you see is represented by similar size, or exactly the same size candles in 22 ticks. I think Matt uses it as well. With a linear regression being plotted over the last 100 candles. So take that linear regression line and then toss standard deviations on it. Lagging indicator, just like all other indicators, whether it's Bollinger Bands or MACD, whatever you use. Kip, you calling me old, dude? Yeah, Jaws, 31, I know. Smash the over. Smash the over. All right. I don't mind longs here as we get up through this. What did we come down to? 80? Let's see. All right. Professional lacrosse. You calling me like a white guy? I have never held a that's a lie. I've held a lacrosse stick, pole, whatever you call it. I played hockey when I was younger, but all right, running into a bit of a wall here. I mean, 85. Would take a play like that. Try to get in long off of 800 with a stop at 75. Oh, we would take that with 5 micros though. Wouldn't take that with minis. $800 looks pretty good, or 85. 800's the more aggressive entry for sure. All right. Let's see. I could either take 800 or wait for it. Mike, you're crazy. Appreciate you. I'll take that, Samir. Do we take the aggressive entry at 800? Not a ton of wiggle room down to... I guess we can take it all the way down to 75. 250 bucks, risking 250. Yeah, let's try it. All right, so we'll look for a 2-to-1. I'll bid 800. If we can get filled here, kind of looks rolly, but yeah, Mohammed, take a look at the pinned comment. My name's Liam. I will be trading directly after Matt, Monday through Friday. You can catch me here. A couple other guys will be trading as well. You can catch Danny, comes in after me for Power Hour. Jaws trades in the evening, 5 o'clock Central, 6 o'clock Eastern, yeah. And looks like it's going to run without us. And you can catch Jamie trading the London session bright and early. Hey, Jamie, agreed. Better hit the like button. I want to see that. Let's see, I haven't refreshed here in a minute. I want to see it get over like, I don't know, what are we thinking, 200? Let me refresh and see where we're at. I'm actually not sure where we're at. Lunch break, BRB. Yeah, enjoy that. I got orange slices. Don't think we're gonna get filled here at 800, so the longer this plays out, the less interested I am in it coming back down here and getting filled. Why? Any specific reason you want to take the entry at 800? Just because it's a psych level, right? Big round number, psychological level. Who is this guy? I gotta add 2 to the. I gotta add 2 to the counter. I'll do that in a minute here. No name tag. Yeah, Leo, we're working on. We're still working out some of the kinks. So, it is in the pinned comment. My name's Liam, but in the future. It might be in the title of the video, somewhere on the banner, although. But I will not be wearing a physical name tag. Somebody suggested that earlier in match stream. Said we should all get matching name tags. Will not be doing that. Yeah, there's quite a bit of volume at 800. I mean, you usually see that, right? You'll see like 800, let's see, 750. 750 of a spike in volume. Down here at 700, spike in volume. So points of interest, big, round numbers. Whether that's institutions or, makers or doesn't really matter. Just know. Oftentimes a little bit of an uptick in volume at those larger round numbers. Yeah, physical name tag feels like too much. A Liam cap? I'm rocking the Mercedes cap today, although it's kind of treason for me to wear this. Hello, my name is sticker, right here. Yeah, I agree, Andrew. Lunch with Liam or something at the end of the stream title. Totally agree. 174 likes. Can we get... yeah, it's gonna run without us. Can we pump that number up? I want to hit 200. Why? Which team you on? Big Lewis guy. So I've been watching F1 since like 2015 maybe. So I was a front running Lewis fan back then. So a fan of Mercedes back then. As a team, favorite team, Ferrari, favorite driver, Lewis. Wherever he goes, I'll root for his success. Quite like Piastri too, although I don't really like McLaren. Yep. Yeah, I don't know. I thought I thought I wouldn't like this season, but it's been interesting. I went up to Montreal to watch the Grand Prix. Awesome. My first Grand Prix ever, so that was cool. Really like that. Awesome experience. Yeah, it was my first time in Montreal also. It's cool. City's wild. Oh yeah, everywhere I was looking at the difference in currencies, and everywhere I swiped my card, I was thinking, oh, 27% discount. Although nothing's cheap at an F1 Grand Prix. No, Samir, no ICT. Yeah, this thing's just running. Running without us. I mean, it looks pretty strong. And we did just hit the top of the hour, so hopefully a little bit more volatility comes in. Another who is this guy? There we go. All right, gotta toss one more, actually 2 more on there. I missed one earlier. Up to 33. Jorge, Matt put something in the Discord. So if you're not in the Discord, make sure you join. It's down below me. If you take a look, tbm.gg/discord. He tossed something in the Discord and asked if anybody was interested. Sent in informal applications, and yeah. Yeah, I know. If we get over 60, I'll owe him $2. Yeah, so a lot of buying. I mean, so this is, you know, kind of what we're looking for in the tape, right? A lot in this move up. A lot of strong convicted buying here, not much selling in size. So, you know, as we move away from this volume, I mean, we're coming up into a little bit of volume here, but I can definitely see us taking out these highs. Bulls suck. Alpha Prime. If you look at any, well, not any chart, some stocks look like meme coins, but if you look at a conventional stock, where's it go? Where's a conventional stock go? Up and to the right. So, you know, unfortunately, perma bulls kind of get it, I guess. Not saying that's the only thing I'm looking for, but Trump does like to tweet and launch 1,000 missiles off, and a ton of nonsense going on these days. So yeah, Jamie, that was a great trade towards the tail end of your session. How do we get in here? Don't just want to take a wick test. Want some type of better entry for stop loss placement. Could get it here, actually. Oh, that's a crazy song. Um, 811. Again, 800. So we're getting some selling in size up here. But again, these orders in black, they're being absorbed, so not affecting price compared to these orders in red. So these are on-market sell orders. Yeah, Samir, let's do it. Where is yesterday high? I mean, we're up 1.16 on the day, largely because of, you know, the overnight session. But buy and hold. I agree. That is, I mean, yeah, true. The only thing you got to worry about if you're doing buy and hold is like, you know, a great financial crisis of sorts. They come around, but pretty safe bet. Oh, I like this. I mean, we could take a... Is this one of those times where you just shut your eyes and take a long, right? Shut up and get in. I think it might be. Let's see. French Toaster, what's up?
Right.
Put the bull blindfold on and let it rip. I kind of agree. We're getting there. Let's see. Does sizing work? I'll bid 815. I don't want to bid 815 though. Try to grab. All right. This is what we'll take. Try to grab something at 825. 25 points. Stop. We're looking at we're copy trading five contracts, micro. So Ryan, everything is based on I like a consistent $250 loser and $500 winner structure, just because, you know, I can kind of math it out in terms of my risk of ruin and what like trade expectancy I need to be profitable, what an equity curve looks like. So I'll probably end up talking quite a bit about that, but I always stick to the 2-to-1. I always shoot for, you know, risking 250, trying to make 500, and I'll trade micros or minis depending on what ATR is. ATR is back down to 42, so ATR is kind of falling off a bit here, as expected, as we're getting later in the day. So anything under 40, I might start to look at, you know, using a full contract. But so in that sense, it'd be risking 12.5 points, trying to get 25. But with five micros, we're going for risking 25, trying to make 50. So take profit at 75 in this case. Again, it's just going to run without us. Samir, my win rate hovers just around like 55%, which when sticking to this trading structure, and sometimes it'll be higher. I'd say that's the realistic number, that 55%. But I don't know, if you're trading a 2-to-1, and I think it's important for traders to know this, especially in the prop space. Like, you know, in a 2-to-1 trade, in order to have a positive expected value, you only need to trade 33.33334% success rate. Granted, the lower that success rate, the higher risk of ruin. Obviously, you know, if you're at a roulette table, you might see red 13 times in a row, right? So risk of ruin gets a little bit more tricky to deal with in terms of drawdown and drawdown periods when you're trading like that. But yeah, you can kind of game it out, right? It's kind of game theory if you look at it like that. Nah, Ryan, I have I'm auto-calculating, so you guys can't see the actual number, I think, because of the overlay. But down at the bottom of my 5-minute, I'm constantly using an ATR indicator. So we're sitting at 40.6 now. That's on the 5-minute charts. And I think typically, like, industry standard is a 14 candle period. So don't know why 14. Don't know who came up with that. Don't know why we do that, but that is what it is. Samir made a good bit last year. Not gonna go into all that stuff, but yeah. Jamie, these are essentially fresh accounts. I took a very small trade last night when I was hanging out in Jazz's stream. I think it was on micros, yeah. So I took this little guy here. Nothing crazy. But, yeah. Yeah, Ryan, I just use it to scale in and out of essentially to size my you know, the orders I'm taking. So because I'm taking a very similar style trade, right? If volatility's high and ATR's sitting at 75, stop loss placement just won't be enough in that sense, based on the way I'm trading and the type of entry I'm looking for. So anything below 40, I consider moving up to a full contract. Anything full contract on the minis. And anything above 40, I like to trade half size. Yeah, just to widen everything out. I use it kind of as a gauge to tell when I need to widen my stops, when I need to scale down a little bit. You know, because call it looking for 25 points with a 30 ATR versus looking for 25 points with a 70 ATR. You know, I'm still scaled down, but, you know, getting 50 points with a 70 ATRs. Oh, yeah, no, it's super important. Alpha Prime, I hate bulls. Yeah. But I think, yeah, I agree. It's very important to understand the context of what your trades are doing to your account. And so I think as we get going here, I'm going to introduce some of that stuff. We'll talk about risk of ruin. We'll talk about Kelly criterion's a little weird because we're in a prop environment, so it's, you know, determining size based on like quarter Kelly or half Kelly is a little different. But yeah, we'll talk about you know, the importance of the equity curve, you know, how to figure out what your positive trade expectancy or your success rate needs to be to have a positive EV, all that good stuff. So we'll talk about that, because I think that's one of the most important things with these props, right? Is you're handed a rule sheet, and that rule sheet's a set of math. All right, might get an entry down here towards 810, which coincides with value area high and the -2 standard deviation. ATR is picking up a little bit. Lunch hour's over. Yeah, Samir, I like to look at other time frames for a we'll call it a like context, market context, understanding what's going on in the market. Let's see if we can bid that. 10, although, see, 800, big round number. Looking a bit rolly. See if we wick out and keep it pushing. Yeah, all the larger time frame stuff, Samir, is just context, right? It's what regime, can't say that word. What regime are we in? What's the market doing? Is that Isaiah? Isaac? Okay. We're gonna, that was odd. We're moving that to break even right away. I'm looking at chat and I see the orders start to fly in here. So moving that to break even. I'm not sure if there was some kind of news or what, but pick up in volatility. Right down to that -2 standard deviation. Barely took any drawdown. It's a little odd. Looking for 50 points, so 66. We might trail on the 1 minute if we get the chance. Not quite sure what that was. Super odd. Super big spike in volatility. I think that was maybe all this coming in. Not really sure. Did it come in on the in size, or did it come in quick? Super odd. When did it come in? It came in at like 116, 13, 11. So some of this stuff. Well, break even. So one thing you guys will notice is quick break evens. Might end up biting me in the butt here, but quick break evens, especially when you get a quick move like that. Yeah, it might get bid up from that. I agree. I mean, put in a bit in terms of the move down, put in a higher low here on the 22 tick, so I could see this thing continuing to get bid up. Quite a weird reaction down to my entry, so wasn't willing to sit there. Bradley. 143 on limit order. Yeah. Leo, I don't really use EMAs. I'll use like EMAs and SMAs on like large time frame. So like everybody uses the 200 SMA for you know, it's a pretty Bradley, I'm not seeing it. Oh, I'm NQ or MNQ? Gotcha. Yeah. Is that a cumulative, or is that single order at 100 or cumulative order at 100? I wish I held through that. Yeah, Jamie, it's just a, use it as a bit of a gauge in terms of, you know, what type of buying, what type of selling is being done on market, right? So you'll see price changing due to smaller orders coming in, right? A more consistent flow of orders, whether that's whatever you think that is, whether that's market makers, whether you think that's, you know, gamma exposure, right? Whether there's gamma exposure and people are being forced to buy more of the underlying as the delta increases on their options, whether it's just market makers, whether it's firms, whoever's buying. You know, it gives you the ability to see, okay, is the buying coming in small increments? Is the buying coming in size? Right? Love Amon, nice to meet you. I should have held that. We're looking a little silly here. Let's see, what were we looking for? 66? Yeah. Okay, so it is aggregate. Gotcha. Okay, yeah, because so these are all individual specific orders. So I wasn't seeing, I forget what number you said, 143. So yeah, I guess that was, you know. $143 sellers. Oh yeah, that's great. I mean, grab a bunch of sellers down here and keep ripping. Forced buying as they hop out. Ryan O'Malley. No, but who is this guy? LOL. My name's Liam. If you've been in any of Matt's streams this week, he did the marathon stream yesterday, and he did some announcements. Take a look at tbm.gg. So he will and we will be trading some new props, and there's also 3 more streamers that'll be trading. So I will be following Matt up directly when he finishes at 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern. I trade through the lunch hour with Liam. My name's Liam. And then I'll be handing things off to Danny Dimes for Power Hour. Following him, Jaws will come in. He trades the evenings. You can catch him at 5 Central, 6 Eastern. And then Jamie comes in for the lunning session if you're in the United States, bright and early. So definitely consider checking them out as well. Yeah, so Jamie, what I was saying, if we you know, in this last push up, right? So here's some of that context, right? In basically this last 5-minute candle, a lot of the price action has been larger orders above 10, right? So some pretty strong buying, pretty concise buying. It's not coming in the ones and twos. So what you're seeing is buying in the 10s, 15s. We're filtering out larger size. And you're actually seeing some selling in the ones and twos. So, you know, as they buy and push price higher, they're getting rid of some of those contracts. Lewis, beautiful man streaming. Hey, I'll take it. I will take that. Yeah, I like this. This is cool being able to chat with everybody, seeing I mean, you know, talking about orbs and money coming in, talking about a bunch of different stuff with Ryan, Texas Ryan, talking about different price levels earlier in the morning. Awesome concept. Ryan, the interview process was awesome. I've been in the Discord for quite a long time. Been part of the community, so you know, it was smooth. It was super awesome, super informal, really cool chance to have. You know, it's like straight to funded, but for live streaming, like straight to viewers. So yeah, that's super cool. Really excited about it. Awesome, I think, for the community and the whole thing Matt's built. So we'll see. Lambra. He hides in the Discord a lot. I think he'd be good at this too, but he mostly hides in the Discord. Hey, thank you for the like. Exactly, straight to viewers. Oh, I wish I held that. Well, so that's the trade. That would have been take profit. So that's a pretty good example of, and I call it first day jitters, but using this, right? Using this standard deviation to bid, using the standard deviation to put in a bid and try to take minimal drawdown. Right, so we're kind of trending back up. We've come down. We've tested basically 50% of the daily range. Right here, we've hit volume point of control. We're kind of the 50% of this candle. Yeah, more conviction in buying. Yeah, this thing's. I think we come up and we tag the top here. But you know, we're kind of hanging out in the middle here. We get some legs, and you know, as we're trending back upward on a positive day, right? We're up 1.3% right now. Positive day, getting a positive trend. We're moving back up. We have some liquidity higher, where we have volume higher. Just using this -2 to try to grab a sneaky bid here. I mean, if I had held it, right? I didn't. I chickened out, but we're looking at 4 points of drawdown. So we're looking at 4 points of drawdown on a 50-point trade. Kamish. So the range chart on the right has a linear regression being plotted across the last 100 candles. And on that linear regression is a channel being the 1 standard deviation, the 2 standard deviation, 3, -1, -2, -3. So I look for bids off of, I try to put in bids when I can find a directional trend with some type of liquidity or, you know, like sweep of a high higher. And I look for, you know, a quick little bid down here at the -2. Which, you know, played out. So, hey, look at that. I owed Jaws $1. Guess what? for the side bet. $1 P&L. Look at that. Jaws, I got the buck I owe you. It's frustrating when your trade plays out. Oh, look at that too. And directly to basically 50 points on the dot. Right up to 66, right at my take profit. Yeah, free bet. Look at that. Boom. I guess technically I made $5, so we're $4 in the green today. Lost $1 on that bet with Jaws. Samir, are you on Tradovate also? It's called, if you look, if you search, it's standard deviation. If you just search standard deviation channel, you'll find it. And I have the standard deviation channels, and I have the linear regression line toggled off, and then I have the linear regression set at 1, 2, and 3, and then -1, -2, -3. I do not know how you would get that indicator on TradingView. I'm sure you can look into different linear regression like plots and then try to toss standard deviations on those. I'm not sure. Did we get over 200 likes yet? I can't. I gotta refresh. Where are we sitting? True, Jamie, I agree with that. Especially if you're on TradingView, you got PineScript, vibe code it. Claude does real well with Python conversion into PineScript. I think there's a bunch of different things. I know. I want to get to 200 before I get out of here and pass the torch over to Danny. 193? Yeah. So some of that convicted buying slowing down here a little bit. We'll see. Would have been such a nice trade. Would have taken it to the tick. Take profit to the tick, actually. One extra tick for good luck. 2. But no, Tammy, it is not the same as VWAP. Similar, but no. It's also creating a straight line, right? So linear regression's a linear line versus a rolling line. Granted, the other lines are... Yeah, I got in at 11. I was going for... Oh, yeah, you're right. That would have been 55 points. 61. You're right. I know a lot of people use standard deviations off of VWAP on like 5-minute charts. But yeah. The reason I like this is because you're getting similar size candles, so it has a smoothing effect on price. Yeah. I mean, I really do think we continue higher here. I really do think we take out these highs. Tammy, this is, so it's based on, so the 22 range chart, it's a range chart. So this is ticks of movement. A candle's only completed after 22 ticks of price movement. So it's a set interval because it's sort of range chart. So all the candles are the same size. Wick plus body equals wick plus body equals wick plus body. So the candles are all the same size. And then the linear regression is just, you can Google how linear regressions work, but essentially it's just a smoothed average through all of this different price going through the middle. Similar to a VWAP, yeah. Not volume weighted, more price weighted. Man, I wish I held on to that trade. Right. How are we looking likes-wise? We get to 200 yet? We're close. Samir, I am live for basically 30 more minutes, and then I will hand it over to Danny, who's going to do Power Hour for you guys. If you're sticking around, make sure you switch over to his stream. Either depending on your browser, it'll either push you over there automatically, or you'll have to click back on Matt's profile and look at the planned streams. But it should be there. 195 likes. All right, we're 5 off. If you guys haven't liked it already, throw a like on there for me. Want to get to 200 for the first stream? I think that'd be sick. Agreed. Agreed, Ryan. We're doing well. We took we chickened out on a break-even trade. Targeting 61. So just in the last couple minutes. Chickened out on that, took minimal drawdown. Found a nice spot to bid it. But had some weird price movement moving into it. But that was cool. Call it first day jitters, I don't know. I'm also pretty quick to break even, so tend to see that a lot. But that is the only trade we've taken today. I've been quite picky. Let's see, where did we start? We basically started here around 11. Hey, I'll always take break even. Break even's no money is better than giving money away. We're almost at 200 likes here. So close. Ran a giveaway at noon. That went off smoothly without a hitch. That was cool. Ethan's got his account. Did one Apex account to start it off. Hey, there we go. 200 likes. Good stuff. Good stuff. Coming down back into value area high. Again, tapping off that -2 standard deviation. Could be an interesting spot to try to grab, try to bid it. I do think we come back up into this, the top of this CPI candle. I'm just a little worried we roll over. What is the green table on the bottom center? Are you talking about down here? Lewis? This stuff? I would assume that's what you're talking about. So this is time and sales. So this is cool, yeah? Okay. So this is every on-market order going through currently the Nasdaq, going through NQ. This is every on-market order coming through. So you'll see buy orders, sell orders. If it's black, it did not impact the bid or the ask, so it had no impact on price. If it's red or green, it did have an impact on the bid or the ask, essentially moving price in one direction. So what I like to do is weight this with filters. So I'll do, size 1 up here. Here I like 10. So sometimes I'll do 20, 50, depending on market conditions and regime changes. But essentially what it gives you is a read of how market orders are coming into the market, right? So what I really liked when I entered this trade, and I got in. I got stopped, but what I then saw was a lot of the markets coming, or a lot of the market orders coming in, impacting Delta were large size. So we had a lot of large size coming in these two candles, and some smaller selling in the ones and twos, essentially showing conviction in terms of long. Eight long, 820s break even with the 5-minute flipping bullish. Yep. Yeah. Right at the 820s. I mean, that's a great spot. Considered bidding that value area high. I think that's a really good trade. I mean, you're already 30 points in the money, so hopefully minimal drawdown there. Oh, look at this, all the gifteds. Samir, no, I've enjoyed you chatting. Definitely hop in tomorrow and check out Danny's stream too. He'll be on here in like 20 minutes. Yeah, that would have been a nice trade. Again, pretty close down to this -2 standard deviation.